Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, we're going to be working with single stick and single knife. This is actually the hardest combination. You could go double stick, you could go double knife, and of course, you could go single stick and single knife. But stick and knife make it very hard. It's more complex because if you're just doing like the heaven six like this and you're ignoring the fact that it's a stick and a knife, then it's no problem. But if you're actually trying to include the characteristics of each weapon into the strategy, then it becomes very, very complex because it's two totally different items with two different attributes, characteristics, and such. So, all right, anyway, let's get started. Okay, so what I want to present to you guys today is a basic strategy. There's a million different strategies out there, but this one I feel is a good basic. All right, we're going to use the reach of the stick to keep distance from our opponent. We want to keep that distance. All right, so the first move is a stick to the front, knife to the back. And the first thing is I want you guys to do this figure eight motion. So you're doing a diagonal and a diagonal. So let me show it right here. Diagonal and a diagonal. If you do it continuously, it looks like this. And then to the side, it looks like this. Okay, so this is your flail type motion to make it difficult for them to come in. It's almost like a fan, a rotor blade, and they don't want to come into that, right? So you're using it to keep distance, especially if they don't want to get hit, then this is going to be effective to keep distance. And we're going to mix that in with a stab. So we're actually going to threaten too. Okay, so it's not just passive like this, just hoping they're not going to come in. You're actually going to actively stab. The way we're going to do that is we're going to divide it into even and odd. So this is what you can practice. Stick side to the front, and you're going to go 1, and on 2, you stab. Okay, so next is 1, 2, 3, and 4, you stab. Next is going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, stab. So on every even number, you're going to stab. Okay, that's one way to practice. The other way, of course, is to do the odd numbers. So you're going to go 1, and notice I'm exaggerating the motion right now. 1 into a stab right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. You don't have to exaggerate it that much. I'm just doing it so that it's easier for you guys to see, because you could just go 1, 2, 3, boom. You see that? To exaggerate it, 1, 2, 3, and I'm bringing it all the way over here, and this is a thrust that we practice, but from here, this thrust, we're changing it into a lunging type stab motion right there. Okay, that's just very exaggerated. You don't have to do it that huge. It could just be right there. Okay, but it's good in the beginning to practice this huge motion so you know how it's supposed to go. And the more efficient you get, the smaller the motion will get. Okay, the more efficient and effective you'll become. But for right now, don't be afraid to make this wide motion and then change it like so. Okay, 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. Okay, so even and odd, please practice that. That's your phase 1. Okay, so in phase 1, 1, 2, stab. If they come in, they breach the distance. Now they're close in on me. Okay, that's when I'm going to switch to the knife. This is phase 2. Instead of using the stick and try to use it in close quarters like this, I'm just going to use the knife instead. So from right here, for this particular strategy at this particular time, it makes sense to do power stab, okay, rather than this kind of motion right here. I mean, there's times for that, but right here at this point in time, it makes more sense once they breach the gap here is to do a power shot right there. Okay, their force is coming in, and you're going to meet force for force and make sure that they regret it. Okay, so this is your power stab, and then from there, we're going to do a power slash like so. So power stab and pull it out and slash right there, okay? These techniques I just picked just because it makes the strategy easy to understand. The most important thing is not the techniques, but the strategy that I am displaying here. So once again, Phase 2 is a power motion stab and then a power motion slash. Now phase 3 is, I am assuming that if I have a knife and a stick, that they have something similar. They have something, a weapon in their hand, and I don't want to trade blow for blow and see who could do more damage with the weapon. So phase 3 is about getting the heck out. I want to get out of there. So phase 3, my escape plan is to do a slash and step out like this. So I do a slash and I step out right here, and now I could go into a figure 8, you know, this kind of circular motion. Now I'm using it as a flail, so it'll discourage them to come in and chase after me. So this power slash right here and stepping away like so, and then I go into figure 8 motion. So you just go diagonal, diagonal, and just keep that motion, and it'll become nice and circular for you. Okay, so that's your phase 3. Phase 4 is now from here. Now that you've created a little bit of distance, that you're getting out of there, you created a little bit of distance, now you switch and you start from the beginning again. 1, 2, stab, they breach it, now you have your power stab, power slash, and now phase 3 is we need to get out of there, power slash out with the step out, and then this is your diagonal figure 8 motion, and then we switch sides again and start the whole sequence over again. So that's how you get reps, but the main idea is the strategy. These techniques can be substituted with anything, and even these tools can be substituted, but the main idea is you have a longer weapon and a shorter weapon. So anyway, thank you for watching, and take care, folks.